Okay, okay. Surely you can go for your prayer. Okay.
I'm
Let
fine, ma'am. And you?
Good, good.
let me pray
Uh,
first. Okay.
you please go ahead. Okay, no issue. Acha, y'all,
No problem.
Hamza, y'all, over here, uh, like acha, y'all pray at 1 p.m. Na? Yes, yes. I think in even Indian also we have the same time, 1 p.m. But like Friday it is they usually go. Friday it's compulsory.
Yeah.
For you also, matlab, you have you go at that time only, particular time.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Fine. Okay. Um, we'll start. What I
Okay.
what I was saying, I'll tell y'all. Share your email ID on that. Ye. Oh, thank you for your kind words, Hamza. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am.
You can share your email ID. Just give me 1 or 2 days. I'll just share this block one, block two, and block three. Right? I'll make some
Okay,
changes
ma'am.
and all. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
send it to your email ID. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I was thinking ki, so yesterday you saw that video, huh? So today we wanted to see something different. What do you say? Some different videos. 1 minute, huh?
Okay, ma'am.
Should I start or wait for another 1 or 2 minutes?
Okay. W-
Mm.
You said, ma'am?
Should I try? Should I go or wait for another 2-3 minutes?
Yes, we can wait for them. Maybe others may join.
Okay, okay, okay. ठीक है, then wait for
Eh,
another 2-3 minutes, right?
o- Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
But before that, there is something I want to share. Maybe
Yes, yes, please, please, please share. I wanted to see.
uh,
Hmm.
about this Mahaku Mela.
Mohakum, there Kabiru has joined. How are you, Kabiru? Okay. Tell Kabiru.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yesterday, Hamza told that you will be joining. I understand all of
Yeah,
you all are occupied with some work and all. So,
yeah,
this that day I told you about Mohakum Mela. So, Hamza took very interest. Yesterday he told, before I could say, he shared ki your prime minister is such a nice person. He's doing such a lot for the country. He took a dip in the river. So, today also he has some informations to be shared. Okay. So let's hear from Hamza, about Muhakum Mela. Yes, Hamza, please.
No,
Hmm.
no, ma'am. There is something I asked yesterday
Huh.
about this tragic incident that happened, which led to the death of 30 people
Hmm.
and many casualties.
Hmm. Hmm. But that has been
So
traced. Huh.
yes, that one took me back to the. There was one course you took us, I think, foundation in tourism, Abby.
Huh. Yes. Yes.
Uh, the,
Foundation. Huh.
there is a place you shared some measures. Had it been those measures have been taken, I
Hmm.
think this incident will
Hmm.
not have happened. I can't remember what you exactly shared in the
It was you were
place.
telling
But
like every like destination there is something called capacity. Okay, so every destination has some
yes, yes,
capacity.
yes, it is carrying capacity. Yes, I
Carrying
remember
capacity.
carrying
Yeah.
capacity. Yes, yes, yes.
So you are talking
Where
about
you
carrying
said
capacity.
there is proper infrastructural management, or many people should be employed, and
Huh.
something like that.
Yes, the thing is that they have, of course, they had that carrying capacity, but that particular day when that incident occurred, That day it was, I would say it was a very auspicious day. That day itself, something I think 8 to 10 crores people had gathered. See, this continued, this started from I think 13th of January, and it will continue till 26th of February. So it's a long day. Now, in this long day,
Six
there are
weeks.
2 days which were considered very, very auspicious. So, everybody wanted to take a dip. On that particular day, there were lot of crowds, which they also never thought. Of course, they were, they decided, matlab they had made all the arrangements and all, but the carrying capacity exceeded that. But what we got from the television news initially, that because the carrying capacity was so high, so there was some stampede. But later on in the evening, we came to know when they decided ki no passes will be given to the VVIPs. Then they said, because there is some other channel on the TV who said, basically, they also could not identify how many people have lost their lives. So it is more than 1,000. Because, and secondly, because these police were in charge of, when any VVIP comes, also their interest, attention goes towards them. Obviously they have to take care of the VVIP. So there, when the attention went towards them, these people were neglected somehow. Matlab, neglected in a sense, there should be someone who should control them. So the safety, security, this also plays a major role. Okay, so something happened. So that was the incident which took place. So that very evening they had a press conference, and the press conference, in fact, in that the this decision, I mean this, they said though so many people were injured and casualties and all. This was said by the police, but this shouldn't have been said by the police department. It should have been the government of Uttar Pradesh. But anyway, the police said it is 30. But it's such a number, as if 30. So somewhere it sounded, something vague. But later on, it was from other from the site, they found, they identified that it is more than 1,000. But due to all these political parties, because our prime minister is BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, and even the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, where this Ayodhya, Prayagraj, where this event is being taking place, he is also from BJP. So somehow it was suppressed. So this is. But of course, carrying capacity takes a major role, and tourism also flourished, but it has a negative impact also. That Hamza, what you said, I mean, was I able to clarify your matlab, questions, any doubts or something as such?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, 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 of course.
Hmm. Kaberu, today I'll show one more video about this, interesting video. It should about that Kumbh Mela. Okay, so you'll have, because you had seen Aliu, Yusuf has changed his name today because that day we are discussing. And Kaberu, how are you? You know what is Kumbh Mela?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am. No,
No,
I
no,
don't
you
have.
are good,
I
man.
haven't had. I haven't
Okay,
had it,
acha,
ma'am.
you don't know. Okay, you don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
so I'll show you that video today. Okay, so like today is the fourth day, so we have to complete this event management. From tomorrow, there is another you have a subject. Okay, so again I have to take care of. So anyway, um, should I start? Hamza or Kabiru, should I start with the block three?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. You can
Okay,
start.
okay then, huh? The PPT is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is the like we have three blocks. So this is the last block, block three, and in block three you have four chapters, four units. Like Unit 9, that is business opportunity. Then Unit 10 is about business plan preparation. And Unit 11 is managing an event management company. And 12 is financial management. Okay. So let's start, like, in the Unit 9, that's the business opportunity search. The main objective is to understand the concept, like importance and advantage of making a business plan. Now these are all, you need to have entrepreneurship qualities to start a business. But before that, as we have, the last three classes we have discussed that anything you start should have a proper planning. Okay, planning is very important. And you have to you should have a model, then accordingly you should execute that. So you have a suitable, then there are also, to make your event more rich, the event should reach to the people. So in that case you have to have the promotional strategies. But at the same time you should also recognize the reasons for the failure of an event management company. So that has to be, that is the reason, like yesterday I had told you about briefing and debriefing. So briefing means basically when we start before we start an event, we have to discuss, we do a briefing, like, whose work, how the work, job specification has to be delivered and all. Okay. And debriefing means after the completion of the event, what were the loopholes or what were the lacunae, that has to be discussed, so that in future the same thing doesn't occur. I mean, whatever mistakes had occurred, that should not be repeated. So here are some steps which are involved in the opportunity assessment process. Assessments of services for an event management company. You have to do a lot of market research. Then, of course, there's the budgeting, that is the financial assessment. Then there are also some legal assessments, as well as ecological assessments. Now, ecological, more or less we know what is market research. We know financial assessment, that is the budgeting. Legal assessment, some legally everything you have to take permissions from different municipalities, from different corporations. Now here comes the ecological assessment. Now you see this event, Mohakum Mela, this is taking place for the last 1 month, from 13 to 13 plus another 26. So it's around 1 month 10 days, okay, affair. Now when the event will be it will get over, so you can understand the situation of that particular place. So if you say, it always have a impact on the environment. It has an impact on the flora and fauna of the particular region. It has an impact on the people staying there. It has an impact on the like all the infrastructure, or this, I mean, surrounding environments and all. So first thing, we have to make the environment clean. So ecological imbalance always takes place. So that is the reason where environment scanning is very much necessary. Yes, you have to do a little bit of market research, because it is the process of scanning the environment for business opportunity. Now see, as I told you, till now, the people who have visited is 28 crores. Okay, I think somewhere around 20 crores or something. So you can understand how many people are coming and going, the visitors, so much. Okay. So you have to do some research, you have to see, take care of the environment. So this type of environment scanning, like this type of market research, should include information on new events, then what are the industry trends, then the changes in business models. Now they have, there's a business model. Before you go for this type of entrepreneurship, you have to have a business model. How will you conduct that? So you if you see, no, this fits in, then fine enough. And if it doesn't fit in, then you have to change the model. Then competitor initiatives and reactions, there will always the political parties and other resource persons who will give their views. Some of there will be positive, some of there will be negative. Then there will be also competitors, means new event management companies will get into the field. Then Then you have to find about the customer tastes and changing customer requirements, because change is a every other day I mean, change is a part of life. So customers, what they require today, they may not require tomorrow. They find, no, this has to be there, they should not be there. So this is, you have to find the customers requirements, because these all are being done for the customers only, for the people only, for the visitors. So you have to take their point of view, which is very important, that should be considered. Then of course there are some changing trends in event formats and their customization. Then there are technological developments. That there are two auspicious day, and both the days, one day where that day the incident, that hazard occurred, but where the stampede happened. The other day, that was also, people expected, they expected the crowd would create, I mean, would cross the limit. But the crowd, there was crowd, but the crowd was not that much as expected. Now now here the question comes. It was because first important day there was some stampede. So obviously, people who wanted to take a dip on the second auspicious day, which occurred just 5 6 days after that, they thought, no, it would be risk, better we should go before that or after that. One day there was also a drone. You know what is a drone? For taking all these photos and all. So one day they were also, you know drone.
Yes, ma'am. We know
Huh,
about drone.
huh. So so one day there was a drone, I won't say it's a competition. It was a there were around 5 to 1,000 drones were there that particular day. Now, that particular day, some drone arrangement was there where around 100 drones, 1,000 drones were there. Okay. So these they don't take every day, but on some special days and all, which are considered to be special, auspicious. So they do all this type of events and all. Okay. So, there is an author, as well as an environmentalist, who is known as Rita McGrath and Macmillan. They proposed formalizing the scanning procedure by devising a register in which opportunities could be categorized as one or the other of the following: redesign of products or services. When you think it is not fitting into, then you have to redesign the products or services. Then redifferentiation of products, then reconfiguring of the market, then resegmentation of the market, and development of breakthrough competences. Now these all are required depending on the feedback you get. Okay. And obviously, everybody needs some changes and all. So sometimes you have to redesign the products as well as the services, because the service that is being rendered to this visitors, or the tourists, the thing is that ultimately all look for satisfaction. At the end of the day, it is all about satisfaction. If their satisfaction, if the wow factor is there, if they have a good experience, they'll always word of mouth. It's known as word of mouth. They will always tell it to their peer group, friends and all. But if anything happens in a negative way, then the whole circumstances changes. So you have to very that is the reason where proper scanning has to be there, has to be done. Okay. Now what happened, I'll just tell you now. Example is like that: people, visitors are taking a dip in the river. So suppose some of them are taking half an hour, some of them are taking 2 hours. So after that they started restricting, no, as soon as you take the dip, kindly vacate so that others would come. So when others came, some of them thought, okay, we'll spend the whole evening, 5 6 hours on the river only, near the river bank. But if people think in that way, unless and until they vacate, then how the others would come? So what happened after that? They started telling, no, they started, with a mic. They started announcing. The police officials were announcing, please vacate the bank as soon as your dip is being done. So kindly vacate the yeah. So that was not done from the initial, but seeing the situation, seeing the environment, seeing the the location which is being, because as I told you, there are the bank is around 40 kilometers, that river bank. And in that river bank they have made platforms, like like this is platform 1, people will live in platform 2, so around 40 platforms are there, yesterday I was saying. And in 40 platforms, 32 platforms were for normal people, like people like us, and the other 16 platforms were for your VVIP. Okay. So this, initially they didn't announce, but after that, when they thought, no, when they were unable to crowd, they were unable to take help the crowd management, then they thought, no, they should relocate in the sense, they should vacate as early as possible. Now see all these, if because why I'm getting all these informations, because I'm taking the updates from the news and all. Now as soon as people were being told ki you have to vacate the bank as soon as you take a dip, don't take more than half an hour. So some of them, everybody didn't go for accommodation. So they came by train early in the morning, then they thought they'll go to the bank, they'll take a dip, and in the evening they'll return. So they thought at least they will spend 6 to 7 hours near the bank. But when this announcement was made, you have to vacate the bank, river bank, they all went to the railway station. The next day, they started saying there was too much rush at the railway station. Obviously, if you thought of spending your night at the bank and spending the day 7 to 8 hours, and now you are being sent, you cannot stay more than 7 8 hours, you please go to the railway station. Obviously there were too much crowded, it was difficult to handle the crowd management, and they found there was too much crowd in the railway station. And you won't believe, there are around more than 40 to 60 new trains where there were around 60 to, I mean, for 60 new trains where they deployed only for this event. So what happened, they found the station now became very crowded. The very other day, again, I came to know from one of my friends, he told after that they had again decided something. So they had again done some tents, and those tents, they were told all the visitors should be in the tent. You can only enter the railway station 30 minutes before the arrival of your train. Understood what I'm trying to say? Kaberu and Hamza?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Understand.
Hmm. So now these rules, regulations were not, initiated or planned earlier, but seeing the crowd management, they decided, no, you cannot be allowed to the station, because then there will be, because see, a railway station is a very designated area. Okay, it means the platform is around you will find around 200 feet long. Okay, so how can you accommodate so many people if everybody comes at the railway station and stand or sit at the platform? So then they made an announcement, only those will be allowed who's 30 minutes before the arrival of their train. So there also they made restrictions. Now, why I told you all this, depending on the situation, you have to do this type of scanning, and you should have a, like back to back plans made like this. That is what is very important. So scanning is very important in this way. I just gave you an example. I'll show you the video, because Kaberu didn't see the video, so he's having a vague idea what is this Mohakumbh Mela. But Hamza has some updates, so he knows what is Mohakumbh Mela. Okay, Kaberu, I'll show you the video, right? Kaberu is there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, so okay, so I'll show you that video, huh? 1 minute. Huh? Now, these are some legal issues faced by the entrepreneurs while starting an event company. See, nowadays, every organization, there is a separate department, legal department. Earlier, we know there is an operation department, there is a marketing department, there's an accounts department, there's an HR department, human resources department, there's a personal department, there's a purchase department, all these departments. Now, they have also companies, they have kept a legal department, where any legal issues, that is that a organization faces, that is being handled by the um, people who are expertise in legal, all this affair. Okay. So they, because obviously there are some I mean entrepreneurs are facing this type of legal issues. So you have to determine the form of business organization. You have to set up record keeping for tax purposes, that is also very important. Conduct lease and financing negotiation, draw up legal contracts and agreements, file for patents, trademarks and copyright protection, that also you need to have, otherwise somebody will copy your everything. Now, yes, now you may arise the question, how did you know that there were 10 lakhs people on that particular day? You know how that was being done? They said it was being done through the with the help of the with the help of these drones. Now everything, with the help of AI, with the help of machine learning, with the help of internet of things, everything has been possible, so that they were able to get the correct numbers, how many people took a dip in the riverbank. Okay. Now, now we are talking about these types of business organizations. Now, these are now this is there are different types of organizations. One is the sole proprietorship, another is partnership, another is corporation or limited company. Then there's the cooperative and franchising. Like sole means, suppose Kabiri wants to run a business. Okay, so he is the single person who is the owner of such a unit. But suppose partnership, if both two or more persons like Kaberu and Hamza, both of you wanted to run an organization, so you will be doing it in a partnership. Corporation and limited company, that can be either a private company, private limited, or public limited. Now, a private limited company can be formed within a minimum of 2 persons and a maximum of 50 persons, whereas a public limited company can be formed with a minimum of 7 persons and may extend up to unlimited persons. So this is what corporations, companies are like. Now, cooperative, it is owned and controlled by people working in it. Okay, those who are working in it, so they are only known as the cooperative, they only. Now, suppose in corporation or limited, you may not be working, maybe you are on the board of. Yes, for corporation or limited company, maybe you have some, you have invested some, some, you have a share in that. Okay, you have invested some fund in that, invested some money in there, so you have a share in it. Okay, cooperative is also is basically, it is basically owned and controlled by the people who are working in it. And franchisee means, it is between entrepreneurship and employment. Suppose what happens, you have a, you own, you, I mean there's a company. Okay, now they wanted to set up a same type of organization in a different city, but it is not feasible for them to do everything right from, groundwork to, marketing the products and all. So what they do, they give it on franchisee basis. The agreement is in such a manner, they will give their logo, like, Tatas have their own logos as such, that they will give their logos, and the business has to run by the franchisee people, but they have an agreement, at the end of the month they have to give this much amount to the company, irrespective whether you are on profit or loss. Okay, so, what is franchising? It is between entrepreneurship and employment. It is a system of distribution that enables the supplier, that is the franchisee, to franchisor to arrange for a dealer, that is a franchisee, to handle a specific service under certain mutually agreed conditions. You will find lot of companies like, actually you will also find, suppose in some companies you will find, you know only people who are on the uh, who are on the higher levels and all, like managers or general managers and all. They are on the they are under the your the salary they get. So that is that is under, I mean, it is being disbursed by the company. But those who are like supervisors or workers and all, you know they are being paid by the franchisee owner. Only the top level managers, top level officials are being paid. They are on the pay scale and all, everything. They are on the payroll, you can say. They are on the payroll of the company. That means the company they which they work for. But the other, like middle levels or lower levels, they are being paid, I mean, their salary structure is being decided by the franchisee. So in that case, no doubt the higher level officials, they get more benefits, they get more perks as per, because they are under the payrolls of the companies. Whereas the other middle level and supervisor level and the lower level people, they don't get so much perks or benefits, because they are being outsourced. They are franchisee, so the franchisee, whatever he thinks, he will give the salary. They don't have a structured salary. They do not have all those facilities and all. Okay, so this is how it works like. Okay, different types of businesses. Now, strategic tool for self-improvement by examining the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of an event management company. Now, when we talk about any event management company, or not only event managed company, any organization, it works on four principles. One is that is known as SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? You all will be knowing. S stands for strength, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, T stands for threats. Now, what happened? Sometimes the word weaknesses, it sounds little bit, like negative and all. So now they have, some companies, they follow, instead of SWOT, they follow threat. Sorry, this word threat sounds very, negative. So they have decided it will be SWOC. Can any of you all tell what does C stands for? Instead of T, threats, they have replaced it with C. So can you tell me what does C stands for? Hamza or Kaberu? Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, you are there. What does C stands for? Instead of, what is S stands for strengths, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, T stands for threats. But some organizations, instead of T, they have replaced with C. C for Calcutta. Okay, so what does C stands for? Any idea? You have any idea? Because they don't want to show it as a threat. They want to have some other word for threat, and they had replaced threat with C. So what does C stands for? Yesterday I tried, fixing my camera, and it was doing okay. Again today I switched on my camera. It first showed my, it was fine, but after that again that video went off. I don't know, something, some other, what's the problem? Anyway, what does C stands for? Any idea? C stands for challenges. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so C stands for challenges. Okay, so instead of threat, you can say challenges. Threat sounds, a negative way, so let it face it challenges. The other name of challenge is adversity. So it can be. So SWT analysis helps the organization achieve its goal effectively and efficiently. Now, the organization is able to maintain an edge over its contemporaries by improving its performance. Obviously, performance plays a very important role, and it can be used for evaluating the events organized for
Sorry,
better
ma'am. Sorry,
performance.
ma'am.
Yes, yes, tell me.
You said C stands for challenges.
Challenges. Yes, yes.
So, but in tourism, I have ever read Southeast Asia or something like that.
Huh.
So why now it stands for that, ma'am?
Yes, why? See, T stands for threats, But sometimes the word threat, what do you threat means? Threat means I'm like threatening you. The word threat implies, a country is threatening another country. Yes or no? Means the word threat has a very negative impact. But when I replaced it with C, challenges means adversity. Challenges can be, there are some, suppose for you to climb a 10 feet mountain is difficult, but you have somehow climbed that mountain. So it was a challenging affair for you, but you had succeeded then. But the word itself, sometimes if you get angry, you tell, don't threaten me. It's a very threatening, as a, but challenges means, it is difficult for you, but you can overcome the difficulties. So that is some organization, instead of threats, they had um, replaced it with C. C means challenges, because challenges are there. Got it? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I got it.
okay, okay. So, yes, these are something strengths. These are the internal attributes of the company or project. They are helpful in achieving the objectives of the company. Yes, that is your strength. I should also tell you, we should always know about our strengths and weaknesses, because suppose if you face an interview, you should always say ki these are my strengths, but you should not say these are my weakness. Because whenever you project yourself, you have to tell your good points. Suppose you are being asked ki, what is your achievement so far, you can see, I have worked for this companies, I have increased the other, I have been given a target to fulfill and I have fulfilled the target. So that's my achievement, and I think that is my strength because I have the leadership skills. But you should never say your strength unless and until you are being told. Why I told you, because in this there is something subtopic about selection and all those. So you should never in your, when you are being told to tell something about yourself in an interview, you can always mention ki these are my strengths, okay? But never ever say weaknesses. If they ask you what are your weaknesses, then you can say, maybe I am, I am not a go getter, but I think this is my weakness, but obviously I am working on my weakness to make my strength. Understood what I said? So weaknesses are basically the shortcomings, okay? So the shortcomings of the company. So it is not only about the company, it is also about an individual also. Okay, so that is very important. You should know, every individual should know about his strengths and weaknesses. And unless and until you know your weaknesses, you cannot, because your shortcomings are, you have to overcome those shortcomings. You can, you are a very good basketball player, but at the same time you may be a good basketball player, but uh, you are not a very what to say, very disciplined person. You may be a good basketball player, but you are not a good discipline. You think you are not disciplined, you have the habits, your habits are not good and all. So that time you know your shortcomings, so you should work on your shortcomings to make it your strength. So similarly, this, when we work for any event management company, there are some weaknesses, shortcomings of the company which may negatively affect the performance. Then there are also opportunities also, opportunities, basically you have a set of favorable circumstances, and which helps it to make it possible to do something. So sometimes what happened, suppose Hamza had to give a presentation about his company, some vendors had come, so he has to give a presentation about his company. But somehow Hamza was unable to, maybe he got, some, due to some unavoidable circumstances, he was able to present it. So who got the, maybe Kaberu got the, chance to. Okay. So that was an opportunity, because for you, you were able to present your company's report, annual report, to the guests. So you have to always look for opportunity also, but don't be too much opportunistic also. That is also bad. Okay. So anyway, you have to look out for your opportunity. Okay. Now comes the threats. as I told you, the challenges in the external environment like changes in economy or market trends or any unfavorable situation can pose a threat to the organization and also the team also. Okay, so that is, you have to be very careful. Okay, now coming to unit 10, businesses plan preparation. Now you have to do a lot of plan preparation, and that is once a suitable business opportunity to start an event company is identified, the entrepreneur prepares a business plan. Now suppose you start a company, okay, an event management company. So on in one day, I mean, you cannot start with a conference event, because people who go for a conference event, their requirements and needs vary from those with the personal ones. Okay, so what you do, because this conference, yesterday I showed you conferences, event management companies, event management companies which work for the conferences, there are, you'll find all professionals. Okay, people from different companies, not only from India, globally, like conclaves, summit, these are all conferences where very professional event management companies work, because there are dignitaries from different companies. Now that is, you have to maintain that professional ethics, that is very important. Whereas in personal, you need not maintain that okay, you be professional, but that environment is very different. So you have to identify the needs, requirements, demands of the people, and then only accordingly you have to prepare a business plan. Now, a definite business plan gives direction and increases the chances of success. It is advisable to invest adequate time in preparing the same. See, it is always being said, कि planning needs lot of attention, lot of time, lot of expertise, which has to be done very meticulously. But once you have a proper plan, then to execute is not a very difficult task. But that pre-planning, obviously, once when you go, or when you start a new business, you have lot of butterflies in your stomach. Now, will it be successful? Will I get the chance to focus on my work? Will people recognize my company, recognize my achievements? So you have lot of queries in your mind. But once you just step into it, then you know how it has to be done. But the first step takes a lot of courage. When a baby, when a child first stands on his feet, then he starts working. The first step is always very difficult. After that, when you get the balance, you then start walking and running. So walking means slowly, and then running means now you are running a full-fledged business. So that initial step is very important, which requires your courage. It requires courage, that what we will be learning here. So understand the concept, importance and advantage of making a business plan. Develop a business plan for your event management company. Outline suitable promotion strategies and recognize reasons for the failure of an event management company. Now, for example, this event Mohakumbh Mela, we are discussing so much about it. This was planned so many years ago, because I told you, this is known as Moha. Moha means mega, mean very big. But otherwise, it's like Moha Kumbh Mela. So the word Moha is being added because it takes place after 12 years. But every 4 years, this Mela takes place. So it is known as Kumbh Mela. Now the Moha is not there. Understood? Now this Kumbh Mela doesn't take place at the same place. This time it took place at Prayagraj. But there are other three places in India. There are total four places where this Kumbh Mela takes place. One is Prayagraj, one is Nasik, one is Haridwar, another I don't remember. There is four places. Okay, so this takes place on the river bank, and where these three river meets, Ganga, Saraswati and Jamuna, it is known as Sangam. Okay, so this is where it meets. And so obviously there is a pre-planned process goes on. Once this gets over, they will decide when is the next after 4 years when the next Kumbh Mela will take place. So in this 3 years they will start doing the planning. So understood, because it's a huge gathering. So develop a business plan for your event management company. You know, you have a mission, you have a vision, then you have a plan, then implementation, and you have to review the plans. These are very important. So these are, known as hierarchy of plans. If I ask you, we are talking about business plan preparations. When we are talking about business plan preparations, first is, you have a every company has a mission. You understand what is mission. So that is known as corporate mission. Then you come to the business plan. What is your plan? Then you have to do the marketing plan, because marketing is very important. Unless and until you do, this, for this Mohakumbh Mela, the present government has done lot of marketing. They were showing it on TV, they were showing it, it was coming in the newspapers, it was at the airports, it was at the railway stations, because that is the places where people, come together, come I mean crowded places and all. Railway station, at airports, at bus stands, at museums, at this temples, and all this type of religious places. So these where you have to do a lot of marketing. So marketing plan, which is followed by individual event plan. Then comes the implementation and review plan. If there is some changes has to take place and all, so that also you should have in details, like these other things has to be done. Okay. So 1 minute. Huh. So a business plan. So it is basically a comprehensive written document that defines the goals of a business and outlines the methods for achieving them. Yes, this is very important. Is basically a business plan is a roadmap. This is very important. It serves as a business roadmap. What to do, how to do, when to do. Now Acha, you all have assignments, right? You all submit assignments.
No, we didn't submit.
No, but you all have, no? That is in your course, no? To submit
Yes, yes,
assignment.
yes, we know.
Okay. And you are aware, na, Hamza, that unless and suppose you give your exam and you haven't submitted your assignments, then your results will not be, it will be remain incomplete. Are you aware of that?
Even
Yes, we know. We
even
are aware.
those who submitted their assignment, their exams were not somehow good. I don't know what's going on this exams matter.
What happened? Tell me, Kabiru.
We submitted the assignments for the previous term, I think semester, but I don't think they
Hmm.
reported the assignment.
They haven't?
They haven't, of course.
No, no. You have submitted the assignments.
Yes, I have submitted my assignments. All the assignments I have submitted via the platform.
Ah, then I have also, your evaluation is also. So, Hamza, Kaberu, and Yusuf, you all please write your assignments properly. Okay, that is very important, because you have some marks on the assignments. If you don't submit your assignments, even if you give the exam and you score good marks, but your result will show incomplete on that particular paper. Understood what I said? So you write the assignments and upload in your portals. Yes, Kabiru?
Yes, ma'am. I have written the assignment, submitted it via the portal. I mean the
Oh,
dashboard. But
yes, do that. Hmm.
it's like they don't even open my assignment or seen. They have not
No,
even seen it.
your assignment has been corrected. I know. It has been evaluated. Sometimes I have been also
So
given to evaluate your assignments and all. So that's why I
okay.
told.
And
You know that.
regarding
Huh? Yes, tell
so
me.
I don't know, but on the dashboard, they have to indicate that my assignment is being submitted or
It is
something like that.
compulsory. That's why if you know, fine. Hamza? You should you have submitted your assignments in your previous semester.
No, ma'am, I didn't submit. I did not.
There, now your results will be incomplete, so be careful. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I will try
uh,
to do so.
Try to, because see, uh, for you, I don't know exactly, because yours everything has to be uploaded on the portal and all. Okay, so you have a different portal, and that portal, I am I cannot access, because I am supposed to given the access, but I don't know, somehow I am. But I know sometimes, evaluation, those copies are being sent, so you have to upload all those. That's very important. Yusuf, you are aware of this, about submission of your assignments?
Yes, ma'am. I have submitted mine already.
Oh, good, good. Okay. So be
Yes, ma'am. Only the project we are waiting for the questions and all.
अच्छा ठीक है. So you regularly know, because IGNO is very particular in all these matters. They are, what IGNO has. Did you ever have you gone to the IGNO website and have you seen how many students they have enrolled? IGNO is the largest. It's it's an open university in the world. So
Yes,
they.
ma'am. I have made a research on that. And I have seen that many people are schooling there, and also it is one of the largest universities on this
Hmm.
online basis. I mean,
Hmm. I mean, because, and you won't believe the data they have, the way they organize, it's very, very difficult. Not any normal state university, it's a difficult job, I mean, it's not a cup of tea. That, because the way they organize everything, the data, maybe sometimes, it would take time, but everything, so many students are enrolled, and so many subjects are there, and not only in India but abroad also. See, this is the reason. I mean, you could enroll and all. So you should try to take the full advantage. And there are, you go through, there are there are also some grievances cell and all. You can mention there, ki, this is what happens. I am not being. At least they'll take into effort. Plus, there are also, you can become an alumni and all. You keep on looking. I keep on exploring. Okay, this is for your information, but I wanted to say, you have to, because then together only they gives the marks. So it is, I don't know, the same implies for you all also. 30% marks on the assignment and 70% marks on the your term and examinations. Okay, so suppose the assignments you have written, that was on 100 marks, yes or no? Suppose, yes or no, that was an
Yes, ma'am.
100. So out of 100, you have to take 30% of that. So suppose 100, you have scored 70 marks. So how much? 30% means you are getting 21. Okay, so 21 plus, then again you scored 70%, 70 out of 100 in your term and exam. So that comes to 70%. So 70% means
Yes.
it comes 49. So 49
Mm.
plus 21 gives you 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means you have scored
Mm.
total 70. How that has been assigned? So if you don't submit your assignment, but you have scored 100 out of 170, and you think that you will be getting 70, no, it is a wrong, I mean, if you have that concept, then it is a wrong concept. That is the reason why your assignment is being given. So please, please ensure to complete the assignment. You have a stipulated time, you complete and submit in the portal. Okay, so when both 30% plus 70% are clubbed together, it comes 100%. Then you show that paper is completed. Otherwise it will show NC on your mark sheet. They will be showing NC. NC means not completed, and if it is completed they will show it C, that means completed. Clear? Hope I could, I mean, this you should be aware of. So I thought
Yes, ma'am.
I'll
Yes.
just, okay. Okay, so Yes, when we are talking about the business plan, it should explain the functioning of along with company details, services, clients, marketing strategies. Then you have the human resources, infrastructure requirements, supplies, finance, etc. People who are specialized in event management companies and all, they can be from very good like management institutes and all. So all type of human resources, the workforce has to be a very healthy workforce, because this event managing an event is not a one day task. Okay, then it is required, this is like integrated view of the business, such a you should do market analysis, then target group, that is I told you, I showed you that that day the program that Coldplay, Christ Martin, that is his Coldplay, that is they know the target group was all the youngsters, that is the ZX. So you have to you should see what is a target group. Okay, now listen, now it went very well, but over here this target group at Moakum Mela, people of the age of 20 they are also visiting, people of the age of 80 they are also visiting, people of the age of 50 they are also visiting, and the sadhus means the saints. I wanted to show you that video, it's very lovely. And if the saints, they are also visiting, and how old those saints are, they during this Mohakumbh Mela they attend, and otherwise they stay in the Himalayas. They eat plants and all, they do meditation and all. So they are more than 100 plus years old, and they attend all these. So you can understand that target group is everything: youngsters, middle aged, aged, plus overage, that also. Okay, that is very important. You should always find the target group. Then details of service, how you provide the service, and you have to make a proper planning, which is very important. Okay, you have to set your objectives. You should know about your clients, because then they have to be, when we were talking about the strengths and weaknesses, you should map it. Your clients are satisfied, then the event services, they are well established. Artist portfolio, event services matlab, yesterday I was telling you, there are some conference events where they have all these film stars or performers are performing. So you should also have the artist portfolio, and also taking Indian artist abroad. That is also, you have seen, our Indian artists are going abroad, that you are aware of. Then yesterday when I showed you that video, you had seen foreign artists are performing in India. So that is, it requires you should have their portfolios ready. You have to contact them earlier, because they have lot of programs. So this is what event services, you have to map them. Then you have to ensure the locations, and also that is also which city, not only the city, the how you reach there. That is very, your conveyance, your communication, how you will be commuting, these are very plays an important role. Then you have a team which takes care of your promotion. You have a creative team, you have a PR department. Creative means they will do all these billboards and all, so that people will have a look, and it's very catchy type. Then you have a PR team. PR team is your public relation team, who will ensure have a proper liaisoning with different companies. Okay, then yes, very important is cost pricing. Better bargains possible with networking components, like you have to do bargaining. Somebody will, I'll charge you 1 lakh, but you are being given a budget, no, you have to do within 75,000, so you have to do bargaining. So in that, you cannot do with one company, you have to call many vendors, and out of those vendors you have to choose one, you have to choose, and who is good also. At the same time, he'll also be in profit, you'll also be in profit. So you have to ensure many things. And of course there's a finance, that is very important, because you have to, because there are some sales team who have to telecast all those on televisions, and they have to be constantly in touch with the clients. And last but not the least, there is also the production teams, that is your operation, ensure that the operation runs smoothly, efficiently, and effectively. And in that case, very experienced managers should be deployed. Okay, So that is how it's all about business plan. Then yes, these are the few steps you should involve in making a business plan. You have to have the steps, like assessing the situation, then you have setting goals and objectives, then crafting the business strategies, then writing a business plan, then financial assessment and writing, monitoring the process. All these are very important. But beside that, there is another two steps which is involved in making a business plan. One is assessing the situation and assessment of internal environment. So that is what is very important. And of course, it involves, you should identify the strengths and weaknesses. As I told you, like you should, these are the strengths. At the same time, you should identify the weaknesses and convert those weaknesses into the strengths. Setting goals and objectives, that is very important. It should be, objective should be written in broader qualitative terms. And you might have seen, for any event to occur, for you have to show it, you have to make a plan. Now these presentations are there, you have to show the presentations to a group of experienced dignitaries. Then they will have raised some questions, you have to answer the questions. When they find, no, these are some of the challenges you may face, then you have to know how to handle those challenges. So that is what scanning is being done. When everything gets approved, then you start the executing, like then you can go for that particular event. Okay. And of course, customer service is also very important. Points you would keep in mind while formatting a business plan. Of course, you should have a cover page, table. I told you that you have, like, a marketing project. So what is basically a project? Project is basically, you have some plans, you have some ideas which you have documented. Later on, you can also execute. Okay. So you should have a cover page, it should have the table of contents, then number of pages, then margins, front page and size, contact information, then appendix, then the quality of paper, editing, binding, overall document presentation. And after that, you have to also give a presentation also. That also, it has been said, like, everybody is given the same presentation, but the way they deliver, the way they were able to answer the questions of the team members, who are watching, those who are basically doing the reviews and all, review team. So you have to give your presentation in front of the review team. And after that, when everything is being reviewed and all, then it is being sanctioned, then you can start. Okay. Now there are some reasons. Wait 1 minute. Achha. So before 10th, I'll show you that video. What I was telling. 1 minute. 1 sec. Yes, the reasons responsible for the failure of an event company. See, there are many reasons which are responsible for the failure of an event management company. You have to, if you are unable to create a good rapport, that would affect. So you have to have a good relationship, so large clientele base. Then management skills, that is very, very important. If you are unable to coordination, proper coordination is not there. You should have a proper planning, organizing, then staffing, then coordination, this has to be there. So there should be, then you have to have the communication skills, that is also very important. Beside that, it is not only about communication skills. People will be working on the stage, on the decoration part, on the lighting part, so they should be also very skilled. So care must be taken about that, to regularly study, organize, plan and control all operations. And a successful entrepreneur is also a good leader, yes, who creates a work climate that encourages productivity, because we all look for the productivity. So you should have a good team, that is what matters a lot. Okay. And undercharging, never undercharge with an assumption that it will help create a larger client base. See, nowadays competition, tough competition is there, so many competitors are there. So you have to see the market, you have to study the market, and what's something new or something unique what your competitor has come up with. So your plan should have that essence of uniqueness to an essence of uniqueness, plus they are able to capture the client. That is what is very important. So also at the same time, they will always bargain with you, so you have to ensure them. See, when we give you the quality, then obviously we'll charge you for that. Okay, we will lessen the price, but our quality will not remain the same. So quality also matters. It is not always about the quantity, but it is also about the quality. So don't set prices so low that at the end of the project there are no profits after investing time and effort in organizing the event. So that is very important. And yes, insufficient capital. So why there are a lot of sponsors, because these are the companies which sponsors, so there should be sufficient capital. Okay. Then location, as I've already discussed, business location is very, very important. And sometimes over expansion, always it happens when business owners confuse success with the rate of business expansion. They wanted, oh, this is my company, this has succeeded, now I am at a profit level, so I'll put some other invest in some other way in different cities. So you should not have that. You can't before you do some over expansion, you have to see, because here in an event management company, the workforce matters a lot. So you should need to have a robust workforce. Okay. Organization is very important. If it is disorganized, if it is not customized, then you can understand, it will be a big failure. So it is also important that necessary equipment and processes are at the fingertips of every event manager, as it will give confidence to the client. They will have faith on you. Okay. There should be, there is always risk, but the risk is always, it should be a calculated risk. Sometimes you have to take risk, but it should be a calculated one. Okay, even if I take the risk, even if I am a loss, I should not be at this point. So it's always a calculated risk. And nowadays you have to see, everything happens on the social media platforms. So you have to have a website, you can post it on Facebook, you can post it on Insta. And earlier there were no word like influencers, but now the word influencers had come. And even I was watching the TV, they have kept a separate platform for the influencers. What these influencers do, they show all this, they try to focus on the importance of this Muhakum Mela, and they post it on the different networking social media handles. So now they have made a separate platform for those also. So you have to, whenever you have a proper website now, obviously whenever you have taken the admission, you went through some you have to try to find out how is the universities, how many, what type of courses they are offering, what are the reviews of and all. So website is very important. So this is what is about this. Now I'll show you one video on Kumbh Mela. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am, you are right. Yes, yes.
Yes, you are free,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So you have seen the PPT, na? Huh? Okay. Now I'll wait. Just give me 2 minutes time. I'll come with Kabiru. You understood? Yesterday,
Yes, ma'am.
Yusuf was there. So he understood basically few things. I mean, he understood the way. He also discussed, and he was nice enough to share. And even Hamza had done a study on this Moa Kumbh Mela. I was so happy that I showed the video and he took the interest and he told me. So, and but Kabiri were not yesterday, were not there. So that was the thing you missed. But we'll catch up. I know you are into you are basically a technical guy, so you can also do all this. Huh? Okay. First, let me take out that video. Huh? Acha, I don't know. Wait, this is how to start an event management company. I'll show it to you. but 1 minute. Hope you are able to understand. What happened? Why?
Yes, ma'am.
1 sec. Is it visible?
Yes, it is. It is visible.
Wait. Is it audible?
Yes.
Yes, it
Now
is.
it's audible.
Okay, now you hear, huh? 1 minute.
We all have participated in event at some point, be it large scale or small scale, personal or professional. While participation is fun, organizing one requires a lot of effort. From venue hunting, to inviting the guests, to arranging for logistics, foods, etc. All of this can take a lot of time and research. And this very need has opened up huge business opportunities in the event management space. Hi everyone and welcome back to our Startup series. In today's video, we will tell you how you can start an event management business. Event management industry is booming like never before in India. According to reports, Indian event and activation industry is expected to cross 10,000 crore mark by financial year 2021, witnessing a CAGR of 16%. The main reason for this growth is that businesses hold a very important connection with event management space, as holding big scale conferences, workshops, pitches require a huge amount of work. So if you have the knack for putting together an event, connecting with people and arranging talks and pitches, this is the perfect business idea for you. So how do you get started? First, it is very important to understand that events are extremely important for the organizing brand. They not only bring connections and partnerships on the table, but also are a big source of marketing for the brand. So before you start an event management business, identify a problem existing in the space and retrofit a methodology to solve the problem. You must keep a few important things in mind. First, you must create a robust business plan with a clear vision. This includes you to understand your niche and define your competencies. Second, you must have a solid marketing and PR plan in place. Third, make sure to create different proposals and pitches for your prospective clients and vendors, like elevator pitches, pitches for occasional meets, pitches in conference meets, etc. Do not create a generic proposal to use everywhere. Next would be to start networking and meet groups and institutions for potential business. Last but not the least, we would advise you to start small and not go all in for starters. Aim to grow big eventually, but take it small at the beginning. Now let's look at the investments that you need to make. An events management business can be started with very low monetary investment. In the name of equipment, all that you need is a good quality laptop. You will have to invest a great deal in manpower by hiring skilled professionals with great communication and networking skills. Your working capital can range between 1 to 3 lakh per month to take care of running costs. We have given a broad range because costs will differ depending upon the kind of event services you are offering. We suggest that you reinvest at least 10% of all receipts back towards capital goods required for events, as it is a good way to consolidate the business in the first 10 years of operations. For any event management company, the basic revenue is generated from the agency fee, which generally ranges between 10 and 20%. Apart from this, your revenue will largely depend on the kind of services offered and the type of event organized. If you're only helping in coordination, you can charge a medium agency fees. But if you're the one completely responsible for the production and overall execution of the event, you might also hike up the price of the equipment and materials needed for the event, which will generate more revenue for your company. The range may change depending on the field of event that you specialize in, or depends on the client's willingness to spend. So, that's about event management business for today. We hope that you soon start your own event company and build a successful business. Meanwhile, stay tuned and log on to www.entrepreneur.com for more business ideas.
Liked the video? Then don't forget.
So, did you like the video? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, any questions? I wanted to show you that video of Mohakum Mela. Should I show it now or maybe after 11th and after completion of these 2 units? After the completion of these 2 units?
You can show it.
I'll show it now.
Yes, ma'am. You can show it.
Yes, ma'am. But
Tell me. Ah, tell.
before
Ah.
I feel like somebody can go into this industry, that is event management company. But after seeing this video, I understand that this event management company requires a lot of resources, research, plans, and many things. So I feel like
Mm,
I can't.
no, 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 no. See, you have now. This is where now. See, I'll tell you one thing. You are a student of tourism, Hamza. You
Yes,
are a
I am.
student. Why this subject has been given to you? Event management. If you are a student of commerce, had event management given to you, maybe a part of it because finance and all. But event management is basically, see, they have highlighted on two important things. The thing is that networking, that is very important, and you should have that skills. Networking is very important, communication skills and all. It is there told you. You can just, if you have a good communication skills, for marketing, you need to have networking. So initially, whenever you do a startup, don't start with a small scale enterprise. Then you move to a large scale enterprise. Okay. So if you think that you have that, everything depends on your interest, because interest plays a very important role. So and in fact, it is very, the thing is that why I told you event management company, I think it is better than a last, in my last classes when I was taking about foundation in tourism. There was something called about tour operator and all. Okay, I told you what should a tour guide be, what are the facilities, what are the qualities required. But event management is something which always charges you. You keep on just, so something, you learn so many things, because you are the one who is organizing. And in case of travel agent, I just tell you, these are the places you'll be visiting and all, fine enough, I just facilitate you. But in the event management, you yourself are there, who is organizing, who is a part of that organizing team. So it is full of enthusiasm. And if you have that enthusiasm, and nowadays there are lot of events, I don't know if it's a small scale in, like, with normal birthday parties, fine enough, you start with, but when you go to, yesterday I showed you about the marriage. Before that, today I'll try to show that Chris Martin's, if I get time, I'll show you that. Then there was once the video I showed you, there was some equipments and all. Why that Coldplay is very important, Coldplay is so popular. Songs are popular, but the second thing is about the music, that is fine enough. But secondly, they have this lighting, they have this firecrackers. They spend so much. So these are at a high scale. So if I told you only need to, like, it's a way of charging yourself. If you think that you have that uh, enthusiasm in you, you can do, then I think you can join. You should, what I, it's not can, rather I should put it, you should join if you have interest. That is what you, it is not, if you leave about marketing, and if even if you have an interest for photography, you can join an event management company. Understood? So it is because there are a lot of different avenues are there. Somebody will be working on the marketing, somebody will be working on the photography, somebody will be networking with people, somebody would be providing with the services, somebody would also take the feedback of the people, somebody would be taking about the location. So there are a lot of, so you have to choose which one you want. See, I'll tell you one thing, generalize, very general view, generic view, it's a very generic view of mine. You should always follow your passion. It's not that you are good at mathematics means you have to be a mathematician. It doesn't mean that. Okay, you are good at mathematics means it doesn't mean that you have to be a mathematician. You can follow your passion. Okay, for you love mathematics, fine, but maybe you have some passion for photography. You can always become you. So I for me, if you ask me, you should follow your passion. That is what is very important, and that is why this subject has been included in tourism event management company. Earlier, event management was not there. They have, if you, I don't know when this event management has been incorporated. See, this, this tourism was like 20 years, I had studied now, I mean this is not less than 20 years. The, of course, they have changed, the concept remains the same, but they have added, so many things and all, they have edited so many things. This foundation course in tourism, okay, that was done like 20 years ago, and after that they have done lot of additions and all, okay, changes, but the concept remains the same, and so many events are taking place and how tourism is flourishing, they had showed. But this event management was not there. I don't think, I think even it is not even 10 years ago, IGNO has implemented. I have to ask them when they have. I'll ask from my madam, my mentor, when they have included this event management. Okay, but I'll see the, it has been seen in the book, it is mentioned now when it is published, then you can some see. That means it is not even 10 years. Kabiru, yes, you have something to say?
Nothing much, ma'am.
Hmm. You, acha, okay. So if you see the study materials now, you will find out when it was published. So this is the first edition, I would say. So why earlier we used to, I mean, there people used to organize event, but after that, when they have seen the market, the demand is so much, then they thought, no, this course should be there. That is why they have, now there is a different courses, event management courses are also there. Okay, so I think you should take interest. I'll show you that another video. That video is about Moakum. Okay, so you will feel interest. Then we'll move to the next chapter. See, when you see the videos, no, then you have an idea basically. One sec. Uh, this is this is I'll show you this one about some foreign diplomats take dip at Kumbh Mela, experience Sanatan Dharma. Okay, this is, I'll show it to you. Then again, maybe again I'll show another video. Wait 1 minute. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it really.
Okay, this is foreign. See, this is about, all maximum all are Indians, but foreign diplomats are also taking a holy dip at Kumbh Mela, experience Sanatan Dharma. Okay, you just hear this what she's saying, huh?
Ambassador of Slovenia to India. Did you take a dip? How was your experience at the Mahakumbh?
Yes, I did take a dip. It was a very nice experience, very special. But also here at this Hanuman temple, it's very special, especially because we could also pass along the local people. I think
Yes.
that's a very special feeling and very special atmosphere.
And the masses who are here, this is called the greatest gathering, the largest gathering in the world, a religious gathering.
See, religious gathering in the world,
If they
largest.
say 10 crore or 15 crore people, millions of people who have come here, what do you make of that?
I'm trying to imagine. It's very difficult for me to imagine how many people, because the country I come from, the whole population is 20 lakh. So I think there are a few Slovenias here at Kumbh Mela. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're
Very nice
welcome.
talking to you, Ambassador.
Thank you.
Excellency, how was your experience here?
Wonderful, frankly wonderful, because being surrounded, being part, not surrounded, being part of such a great movement of faith, I mean, gives you an extraordinary energy. Energy is a miracle of energy.
It
frankly.
indeed is. People in Italy are also deeply religious, very strong family bonds.
They are.
Did you feel that here? And did you get time to take a dip at the Sangam? Were you there?
Yes,
what
and
was
I
your
also
experience?
took a dip.
You took a dip.
Yes, of
What
course,
was
of
your
course.
experience like?
You know, the idea of being regenerated is always a great hope, to be able to start again, to get rid of our sins, of our liabilities, and start again is a great hope for life.
Ambassador, I'm so glad you made it here.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How was your experience when you took a dip at the Sangam?
It's wonderful. Everything is amazing. We are enjoying. We are very lucky we are here. We are receiving all the blessings. And this is a learning, it's an opportunity to increase our relation with our spirituality and our relation with the interior. So thank you for opening this door for us. Maybe it's more familiar for your culture, but for us it's very important because we are not so used to. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
This is a
Ambassador.
wonderful blessing and opportunity.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much. With me is Siddharthnath Singh. Of course, Siddharthnath Singh right now is looking about at elections in Delhi. But right now here in the Kumbh Mela with this foreign delegation.
To be honest, from 13th January, or rather a month and a half, I haven't come to Prayagraj. I've been all in Delhi, except for today, since the CM had requested me to be in Prayagraj to receive the delegates, 116 delegates who have come to Prayagraj to watch the Kumbh, take the dip, holy dip. They have all taken holy dip. They're excited. They went to Akshay-Wat. They have come to Hanuman Mandir. They're absolutely thrilled. And all I can say that they are the ambassadors of their respective countries. They are in India. But today they have been introduced to the Sanatan Dham. And they will be the ambassadors of Sanatan Dham when they go back to their country.
And how they've shared their experiences with you. Overall, what did they say about the trip?
Overall, after taking the dip, it was amazing, There were the Finland ambassador came out. There was a New Zealand ambassador came. And they told me, I said, how did you feel? He says, we were thinking it's normal water just to go in. But after coming out and taking the dip and also chanting Shiva, 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 Namo Shiva, Namo Shiva, they have felt a different energy. They felt that we can't really explain, but we have energy. So I think it's a great feeling.
For joining me here in India today.
Thanks.
Many thanks. So 100 plus foreign diplomats, ambassadors, heads of mission, their spouses, their families, they visited the temple, the Akshay-Wat, and taken a holy dip. And clearly, they're now ambassadors of the Sanatan Dharma. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Prayagraj, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
So you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it, na? Yusuf, you have something to say?
No, actually, I don't have anything to say, but I see how people were mesmerizing, reminiscing, and telling about their experiences.
Yes.
It's such kind of program that combine people from different countries, not only Indians, and it's mainly based religious covenants or something like that. So It was actually amazing.
It's really, wonderful. Matlab,
Yes,
yeah, I mean,
it's
wait, I'll show you one more, then I'll come to, wait, this is in Hindi. Wait, I have to show you the English one, huh? One sec. Yes, there are Naga sadhus also, wait, the drone was there. Wait, how many? This is, wait, I'll show you this one. This is live, but let's see. Just to show you for 5-10 minutes. I'll just show you for 2-3 minutes. Okay, then I'll move to my. This is a live one, huh? I'm sharing with you all. See, just have a how people are there. This is they have taken with the help of the drone. They have taken with the help of a drone. Okay. So that was, I just showed you this. Okay, you understood, na?
yes, ma'am.
Mm.
I see a lot of things that I have to pose some questions on one or two something.
Okay.
Mostly, I see the people from the helicopter view.
Huh.
Uh, I see like bizarre of red colors.
They
What
are
does that
sense. They
signify,
are
ma'am?
sense. They are sense. Sense. SAINTS. They are sense. Okay, they will take. Well, I'll show you one. They are known as sense. I told there are people of my age, of your age. Then there are people who are more than 100 years. They only do meditation. They stay in the Himalayas and do meditation. And during this type of events, that is Kumbh Melas and all, they come and participate. I'll show you one video also. 1 minute, just wait. Then you'll realize, and I don't know, the target audiences, people of your age, people of my age, people who are aged 80, 90, people who are 100 plus, whose life is only dedicated to the service of God. They don't know anything except, praying, meditation. They know only themselves. Wait, I'll just show you one more video. Then you'll understand that. Okay, just wait, huh?
Okay, okay.
Hmm. Actually, I got that video. 1 minute. Huh? See, there are some sadhus, okay, which you little bit have an idea. Then
That's just me.
one second. Hope you are not getting bored.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Yes. See, these are the sadhus, These are the saints. These are the saints in orange color, outfits, okay? There. These are the saints, okay?
Amazing. India is a spiritual heart of the world. So I'm very happy. I feel amazing. The water is cold, but the heart is warm.
So the water is cold, but the heart is warm. This is the magic of Mahakumbh Mela, where devotion meets joy at the sacred confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati in the North Indian city of Prayagraj. Over 35 million people took a holy dip in the Triveni Sangam on the first Amrit Snan of Mahakumbh. The figure only proves Mahakumbh as the largest spiritual gathering in the world. Amrit Snan holds a religious significance. It is believed that taking a dip in the Triveni Sangam rids one of all their sins, releases them and their ancestors from the cycle of rebirth and helps them attain moksha or salvation. One of the major attractions in the Mahakumbh remains Naga.
They are known as the Naga sadhus, okay? So they are dressed in that orange color, okay? And that
Okay.
is, so you listen what she's saying, huh?
Sadhus.
Actually, in English, it is known as Saint, S-A-I-N-T, and Hindu, we say Naga sadhus. It is a Hindi word.
Riding horses, carrying drums and trishuls or tridents, Naga sadhus arrived first at the Triveni Sangam and took the holy dip. But who are the Naga sadhus and what's their significance in Mahakumbh Mela? Naga sadhus are known for their unique appearances, often with ash-covered bodies and minimal or no clothing. The 8th century Hindu philosopher Adi Shankaracharya introduced the monastery system of warrior class monks and seers known as akhadas. Naga sadhus belong to these akhadas. Akhadas were established to protect and promote Sanatan Dharma or the Hindu religion, particularly during times of external threats. Historically, Naga sadhus lived in the Himalayas far from human settlements. They worship Lord Shiva and embody his...
See, they lived in the Himalayas where there is no, community or something, people. So they pray over there. They are so much dedicated to God, okay?
Principles of asceticism and spiritual discipline. During the Mahakumbh Mela, Naga sadhus are the first to enter the holy waters of Ganga for the Amrit Snan. It is believed that by taking the dip first, they make the water sacred for everyone else.
बहुत आनंद आया, अमृत मिला हमको स्नान करके गुरु महाराजों की दया से उनकी आशीर्वाद से हमको बहुत आनंद आया। हर हर महादेव। बहुत अति सुंदर आप लोगों को प्रयागराज और लोगों को प्यार मिल रहा है, ऐसी प्यार मिलता रहे और ऐसी हमें मौका मिलता रहे। हम भोले के बहुत बड़े भक्त अघोरी बाबा हर हर महादेव।
With drums beating, the Naga sadhus danced with excitement, filling the air with energy. Their passion was infectious and the devotees watched in amazement. Chants of Har Har Mahadev, Jai Shri Ram and Jai Ganga Maiya were reverberating as the devotees took a dip in the icy cold waters. Enthusiasm was on the top. Pilgrims from across the world participated in the Amrit Snan in Mahakumbh. Let's listen in to some of them.
It's been a life-changing experience and once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'll never forget this forever.
This was amazing experience. This can happen only in India, and this is this is a great victory of Sanatan Dharma, I can say. And this is lifetime experience.
My biggest motivation to come to Kumbh was the fact that this is actually the biggest human gathering on earth, which is very interesting to me. I really enjoyed the parade of Agoris this morning. I really like the experience of the whole event, and I hope everybody is having fun here.
The soul of India is here. I like a lot the color, the people is very friendly, and I hope I come back again.
I came 6 years ago at this Ardh-Kumbh, and I had a very important experience here. And so I've come back to this Mahakumbh Mela because this is a very special opportunity to connect with some energies that you won't get anywhere else. And so I've come here to pay my respects and ask for the blessing to continue my life path.
Among the pilgrims was Laureen Powell Jobs, wife of late Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. Here I must share this story. It was February 23, 1974, Steve Jobs' 19th birthday. He wrote a letter to his childhood friend, Tim Brown. In the letter, Jobs expressed his desire to attend the Kumbh Mela. He wrote, and I quote, "I wish to go to India for the Kumbh Mela, which starts in April. I will be leaving sometime in March, not really certain yet." He concluded with, "Shanti, Steve Jobs." Reports say this handwritten letter of Steve Jobs was auctioned at over $500,000 US. Now, after 50 years, Laureen Powell Jobs fulfilled her late husband's wish by visiting Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. Why is this Mahakumbh special? The 2025 Mahakumbh Mela holds extraordinary significance as it marks the completion of 12 Kumbh Mela cycles. What makes this event even more remarkable is the rare alignment of the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter, three of the most important celestial bodies in Vedic astrology. This alignment is believed to greatly amplify the spiritual power of the occasion, especially in 2025. According to seers, this unique alignment follows a rare planetary configuration that occurs only once every 144 years.
This Mahakumbh has occurred after 144 years. That is why it is so crowded here, and people from across the world are coming here.
Beyond its spiritual significance, the Mahakumbh Mela is also a vibrant marketplace. Young entrepreneurs flock to the event to showcase their talents, selling handicrafts, traditional items, and local delicacies from food stalls. This bustling platform not only helps them showcase their products, but also provides invaluable lessons on market dynamics and networking. As visitors brave the chilly weather, locals have set up bonfires and tea stalls, offering warmth and refreshment. But for those seeking a deeper, more spiritual experience, the Mahakumbh Mela has much to offer. Various camps and ashrams led by renowned spiritual gurus and teachers provide a tranquil oasis for spiritual growth.
That's why a lot of people are actually getting attracted towards spirituality. Not towards like getting moksha, but towards like, okay, how do I actually calm my mind and reduce my anxiety and all of that, which is fine also. But then you have to connect it to the root also.
Here, visitors can engage in meditation sessions, yoga classes, and discourses on spirituality, connecting with like-minded individuals and learning from spiritual masters.
Feel goosebumps. I can visualize myself being there. It was one of the most wonderful experiences of life, and these are moments which kind of stay with you forever.
Now taking you to Thailand from the North Indian city of Prayagraj. Anamika Sharma, a skydiver from India, created history by hoisting the Mahakumbh flag at 13,000 feet over Bangkok. So from the confluence of three rivers to thousands of feet above the sky, the magnificence of Mahakumbh unfolds a tapestry of spirituality, culture, and wonder, where faith meets fervor and humanity unites. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues and
So you understood? Everything was there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I saw a lot of things actually.
Actually, you got to know. See, in there they showcase the different, food stalls were there. Then different, all this cultural fest was there. Then they also showcase the handicrafts. So that is also that depicts the tourism part of India. Okay, tourism point of view, if you say. So that also
Mm.
depicts that. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. More especially,
So,
ma'am, as I told you earlier,
huh,
I could see some people wearing red. So
that is
that you
orange
said,
color, huh? They
yes,
are
the
the
orange color.
saints. Huh.
You said that are scents,
Yes.
and likewise, I saw some
Hmm.
people wear white, and
Huh, huh.
yes, and
They.
I, to my own
Hmm.
surprise, I see some of
Huh.
them female ones.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they have female ones, and
Yes, they have
uh,
females also. The ladies are
so
less,
so
but
so that
obviously, huh? Hmm. Hmm.
that are they married or something like that? Also,
No,
I don't know.
no. Sometimes they don't marry, okay, but some of them they married, and then
Okay.
after that they went to in search of this, spiritualism. They went in the field of spiritualism. It's not that obviously those who are unmarried, you have seen those saints. They are unmarried because they don't stay here. They stay in the mountains, which are far,
Mm.
far away from the
Mm.
local community. So
Yes.
and usually
Yes.
during these events they come and participate because it is being said, unless and until, well, they are the first ones to take a dip in the river, and the river gets holier. That is what is
Mm.
the assumption. And that is so.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's interesting, right? uh,
Yeah, very interesting actually. Very interesting. But some of them who wear the white color,
huh.
what does that signify, ma'am?
Actually, white signifies basically your this thing, like purity. White signifies
Purity.
purity.
Okay.
So
Okay.
some of them, but usually their color, they had like they also painted themselves. That is
Yes.
what
Yes.
they have also painted themselves. They don't comb their hair. By automatically their hair has come in that manner. So they
Mm.
are so much engrossed in praying that they forget about everything. See, you told me I'm going to pray for 10 minutes, so we also pray for 10 minutes in the evening and all. In the morning, in the evening, we do puja and all. But they are so engrossed in praying that they forget everything, and that is what is known as moksha, and that is how they learn it. Okay. Okay.
Meaning that they
Hmm.
they don't pray.
No, no, they pray. Like, see, you have a fixed time. Okay, I'll go in the morning to pray God. I'll go in the evening to pray God. But they are into full praying only. They are engrossed in such prayer that for continuously
Okay.
for 10 days they are doing praying only, meditation. They don't.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is the reason. Now, if you take a dip in the holy river, that is very cold, but they don't feel that. They can stay starving without a long period, without eating anything. That is what happens. So they are fully engrossed to find about themselves. They find they wanted to reach to God. To reach to God, they have keep themselves away from all the other entertainments. They only pray and pray. Understood? So they are the sense.
Yes. Understood. Understood. They isolated themselves.
Yes, they isolate
Yeah.
themselves.
Apart
Yes,
from,
okay.
yes.
From the
Thank you.
normal things. Okay.
Mhm.
So anyway, another 2 units. I'll try to finish it. Okay. So managing an event company, you'd be able to, like, as I have told you, like about the production, marketing, you'll be able to know after going through this unit, like how the life cycle of an event management company. You have to understand the functions involved in managing a company, the production, then the marketing and human resource management. Then you have to learn the TQM, that is the total quality management, and comprehend the need and importance of business ethics, because business ethics also plays an important role. Okay. So one is the entrepreneurial stage, that is while running a business. There you see all thing, everything scattered. You have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with, lot your laptop open, with lot of books here open here, and because that is why your idea comes and all. Okay, so you keep on scratching, scrambling and all, and then some ideas tick you. No, you this is what I should plan it in this way. Now how the business should be, how to design that, how to raise capitals, because raising capital is also important. As in my last two classes, I have discussed about different companies who are going to they are the companies which helps you in a financial way. Okay, so they are sponsoring this events. Not only one companies, but sponsoring means, maybe financially they are sponsoring maybe some few lakhs of rupees. In that way the company also benefits, because we also come to know about the company. And in the second way, it is a way of CSR. I told you, corporate social responsibility, because when a company earns profit, they also have some responsibility towards towards the society, towards the environment. So when they are sponsoring, so it is also a way of CSR activities, which is known as corporate social responsibility. Okay, so they have to do a lot of market research, so that there's a uniqueness of the ideas there. They have to do explicitly identify the services. So all this they have to ensure. So these all are in the entrepreneurial stage. So the entrepreneur must attempt to create a niche market for this event company. Then consolidation stage, one is the entrepreneurial stage, another is the consolidation stage. So during the consolidation stage, the companies, event management companies, has to ensure its presence in the market, and should focus on the cost control, productivity as well as profit. Ensure that there is no stagnation. At the same time, people, because everybody wants something new. Okay, as I told earlier, this is the world's largest gathering. Earlier also there were, but this, for making this event, because you have seen lot of foreigners coming from UK, from Poland, from US, from Thailand, from Italy. So these people, these visitors, foreign nationals have come. So this is not your one day planning. They have made their plans 6 months ago. Now how did they come to know about this? They had come to know only because there were marketing. There are people, there are team which does the promotional events. So that is how they come to know. Then they tell ki you participate, you'll come to, and those who are interested, they participate in this. Okay, so productions, now we have to define productions and operations management. Production is basically a scientific process which involves transformation of raw material, that is the inputs, into the desired product or service, that is the output, by adding economic value. What do you mean by operations management? Now to run any event or anything, you have to have the operations. Basically there are three, one is the, whenever you do anything, one is the fundamental. You have to learn about the fundamentals. So today you are taking the classes, you are learning about the fundamentals, you are learning about the basics, you are learning about the concepts. Tomorrow you will be entering the industry, so there you will be working. So that is known as the operations. That means you are in the field, how it works, how you have to be skilled, how you have to manage the show. So these all comes under operations. And the third is your management. Management means where you have to make the plans, where you have to execute the plans. You won't come into the operational field, but through your experiences you have gathered knowledge, which you will share among the people, among your co team members and all. So you have to you have to take care of the management. So there are always three phases. One is the fundamental, the second is the operation, where you basically do the work, you are in the field, and third is the managerial, which is known as the management. The higher one is the management. There only you should know how to manage, like right from selection, right from giving presentations, right from how to procure things, and how to make the event a successful one. So that is how, what is the management team does. Okay, So you have to engage all internal as well as external vendors to create supply chain for raw materials and finished goods between vendor production facility. Okay, now there comes the marketing mix. You are aware of the four marketing mix. Those are like, there is one the product, then there are four p's are there. One is the product, one is the price, one is the place, and one is the people. So these, but there are also, after initially there were four p's, but after that another three p's are added, that is promotion, packaging, and price. One is the yes, first one is the product, then comes the place, then comes the programming, and the fourth one is people. After that another three p's were used, that is promotion, packaging, and price. So but slowly and slowly another p has added, that is the partnership also. So an optimum mix of these above 8 p's are very much essential for the successful business of an of a event management company. So you should remember this 8 p's: product, place, programming, people, partnership, promotion, packaging, and price. Okay. Now, these are some key factors that you should keep in mind while marketing your event company. You need to have the strategies that you should also emphasize on the quality. You should maintain a proper customer relationship, and the next thing is that you should able to retain your customers. That is what is very important. As we were discussing, yesterday, that I have shown you a video about the conference events. And conference events, what happens, because every other month they keep on holding all this type of conferences, and they take the help of event management companies. So if they have to retain the companies, these event management companies, they should know how to retain their customers. Okay, that is very important. But if you are organizing any like wedding events and all, that is just a lifetime, once in a while. So in that way you cannot retain your customers. But if you just catch hold of this corporate sector, then you can easily retain your customers. Why they will retain you? That is through your services that is being rendered to them. So you have to ensure that the quality is full protected, they are satisfied. That is what is important. Collecting and customer data, then close relations between marketing, operations, and human resources. Then you have to ensure that you get good feedback from the customers as well as the employees. See, you have to retain your customers, but at the same time you have to also retain your employees, because that is very important. Okay, then you have some commitments towards the top management. Without the support of top management, it is almost impossible for any organization to achieve and maintain a strong marketing organization. Okay, now these are the 5 C's of events. One is conceptualization, one is costing, one is canvassing and customization of the event concept, and another is carrying out the event. So these 5 C's are also important. Then comes the recruitment and selection. So there is a recruitment process where the HR, that is the human resource manager, ensures how the selection has to be done, what is the qualification, how the experience. Then they should know what are the different levels of people have to be selected, with their proper job description, job specification. So these are very important, as well as training has to be imparted to them also. So what are the skills required? So they have proper different skills that is being set, which is being required by the incumbent to perform the job successfully. Then selection is also a process of gathering information for the purpose of evaluating and finalizing the candidate for short-term appointments as well as long-term appointments. There are people who work for short term. Now, suppose you have an event management company. Okay, it is in Mumbai, but you want to organize the event in Bhubaneswar. So sometimes you have to take the help, assistance of the localites, means local people of Mumbai. So that is a short term, because you can always, they take this help, short term volunteers who are very young volunteers, they take it from the colleges and universities. So if they take the young volunteers, they are ready to work, they have interest. And secondly, they have, in if they work for 3 or 4 days, monetarily also, they are being paid. So they are also very, college going students. If they work for 3 or 4 days, and if they are paid for their work, they are also happy. That is their, way of, some source of income. I mean, because obviously they are college going students, so they have to focus more on their studies. But suppose Saturday Sunday the event is there for 2 days, they voluntarily work for those events, and they are also being paid some, reimbursement and all. So they also feel happy. So that is a short term basically. And the performance of the candidate for the post of sponsorship manager can be assessed by asking him to present a sponsorship proposal. I told you, like, different companies, they also sponsor for this event. So organizations also use previous employers as referees to verify the candidate's credibility and performance. Yes. So sometimes, whenever you apply for a job, you might have seen, references. So why those references are being given? To ensure that this, if you call them, he knows or he has worked for this organization, how his performance level is all about. So that is the why references. So you have to also contact the references. Okay. And then performance appraisal, that all of you know how you perform. Depending on your performance, you are being given incentives, you are being given some salary hike, you are being given some your like from like a supervisor level, like promotions and all. Okay. That you are being given. So ascertain the future development programs for the employees, determine the compensation to be given to an employee, and better communication and greater motivation among employees. Now employees has to be motivation, they should be motivated. So sometimes all this in India, your country also, there are motivational speakers and all. These motivational speakers, people like these motivational speakers, they visit the schools. So the target audience is school going children. Then they visit the campuses of universities. So their target audience is the college going students. Beyond that, they also go to the corporate sectors, because the corporate sector people, they are also being, they are being given lot of pressures to complete their work within the stipulated time. So they also face lot of pressures, work pressures. But to keep them motivated, the company also organizes this type of they call motivational speakers, and they organize this type of events and all. And there are many gurujis, and there are many motivational speakers who are not only conducting this type of talk in India, but they are also giving their talk speeches abroad also, to motivate the employees of different corporate sectors. Okay. What is the importance of motivation in HRM? Yes, it leads to stability of workforce. It leads to, motivation in human resource management is very important, so that you are able to achieve your organizational goal. It also improves the efficiency of employees. At the same time, it also strengthens the workforce, stability of workforce. And motivation will always lead to an optimistic and challenging attitude at workplace, because you should not be pessimist, you should always be optimist. So there are a lot of challenges, but it helps that you face these challenges and become more, you gather more strength, and have a positive attitude towards your life, towards your work. Okay. TQM, that is the total quality management. It is basically an approach to long term success through customer satisfaction. Ensure that everything is, they have a team which works for total quality management. So it can be summarized as a management system for a customer focused organization that involves all employees in continual improvement. There are some business ethics. You have to ensure that ethics are important. because of the following reasons: satisfying the basic human needs, creating credibility, validity, uniting people, leadership, improving decision making, uh, you know improving your decision making skills. Then you have to also ensure there should be long term gains, and securing the society, because it is not only that you work for yourself, you also work towards the improvement of the upliftment of the society. So whenever you work for an organization, it is only not for yourself, but it is also you can contribute something towards the society. Financial management is basically about working capital. There's fixed capital, working capital. There are financial, you have to calculate the financial projections for an event management company. So it is basically a managerial activity that concerns the finances of the company. Okay. And types of finances, there are long term, short term, medium term, as well as long term. Short term or financial needs arise for a short period of time, that is money with repayment period is 1 year or less. It covers shortage in working capital. Whereas medium term schemes have a maturity period between 1 to 5 years, and long term schemes are those with maturity period of 5 years and more. So this type of finance is basically used to fund the purchase of assets such as businesses itself. Then you have to buy land, buildings, machinery, equipments, tools, etc. Okay, which would contribute to profit over several years. Then private sources of finance, you can take the help, like lease, or you can take suppliers, you can take on, there are sponsors, then borrowing from friends and relatives, then sources of revenue like ticket sales, sponsorship, merchandising, advertising. These are different types of sources which helps you to collect finances. So these are some fixed capital and working capital. Like fixed capital is basically assets which are long term or durable and can be used repeatedly for business operations over a long duration, whereas working capital is used for short term business purposes like salaries, wages, raw materials. Okay, these are known as working capital. And there are also financial statements required included in a financial plan, like assets, liabilities, equity. These are also you have to take into account, as well as your balance sheet, because balance sheet is basically the last financial statement which is included in the financial plan of a business proposal. And what it does, it reflects the net worth of a business for a particular period of time, and it summarizes assets, liability, as well as equity. Assets, what are assets? They are like tangible objects of financial value that are owned by a company. Liability is basically a debt owned to a creditor of a company, and equity is the net difference when the total liabilities are subtracted from the total assets. So thank you. So that was my last, this was, we have completed block 1, block 2, and block 3. So tomorrow again we'll start with a new subject. Hope if you have any queries or questions, you please come prepared tomorrow so we can discuss and we can move ahead with the next topics. Okay. Yusuf and Kabiru, anything you wanted to say? Any
Thank you,
question?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Actually,
Thank you very
Hmm.
uh, thank you so much. It's kind of elaboration
Hmm.
and wisdom ideas that you give us from this. We really appreciate. There's no there's no question from my side.
Okay, okay. You tell something about tomorrow. You come something about your place, Nigeria and all. Okay, okay. Something event
Okay.
management companies. Not much. Maybe you can elaborate in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, Kabiru and Yusuf, have a good day.
Thank you
Okay,
very much, ma'am.
thank
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
you
much,
very
ma'am.
much,
It's
ma'am.
Have a
always
good
nice.
night.
Thank you
Thank
interacting
you
with
very
you
much.
all. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care. Okay. Good night. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.